doing an ultramarathon in 25 days. We're gonna be towing a 4,500 pound truck for 31 miles to raise awareness for veteran suicide prevention. Implementing German volume training. All German volume training is 10 by 10 on the rep scheme. We're tossing it in with box squats, calf raises, and then Nordic curls. We're doing one set of volume training a day through it, so I'm not doing 10 by 10 by 10 of all three of those movements, but today we have the box squat variation. Now, is this an extreme amount of volume? Of course it is, but that's what this event requires. I'm not looking here to build as much muscle as possible, but I am making sure that my legs don't give out in this event right now. German volume is great for building up leg endurance or muscular endurance in general, but don't just do German volume training of like 4 different exercises in a day. Spread them out, understand that your body takes time to grow, and especially if you're trying to grow muscle, don't do that every single day. Box squats, number one. We're gonna do 5 sets at 225, and then we're gonna jump the weight to 275 for the last 5 sets. What's the reasoning behind adding the weight? I understand the idea is I could have probably gone at like 245, a little bit heavier, 4 all 10 sets. But for me, a lot of this is training the mind as well. So a lot of the training is super repetitive for the sole fact that I will be pulling up and down the same half-mile strip for 16 hours straight. That's repetitive in itself. And so keeping the mind sharp, making sure that my paces are good, starts months out in advance with doing repetitive workouts so that I'm used to it. And 2, understanding even though it's so repetitive, it's gonna get more difficult as the event goes on. Especially that mile, like 20 to 28, is gonna be some of the hardest 8 miles of my entire life, mentally. Physically, I'm gonna feel like my body's shutting down. I don't know if I can do this. The end is too far for me to see. But the reality is like, no matter how many miles I was doing, these miles and that back half of the middle are gonna be hard no matter what. So that's why I added weight here, is to make it so that this is kind of where the no end in sight is when you're about halfway through. It starts getting a lot tougher and workouts start getting harder. We just finished up with those back squats, so now we're going to the Nordic hamstring curl. So one of the best hamstring movements you can do. Barrier to entry is very high, but that being said, it is one of the best ways to build athletic performance, to build strength. All through that hamstring, it takes an incredible amount of strength to pull yourself up with it, with that full stretch on the hamstring. So do it on a GHD machine, or if you have a Nordic curl machine, perfect for that. Posterior chain wise, like lower back, hamstrings, like top of my calf I'm feeling right now. Like the strain from this is absolutely insane. Like if you're an athlete and you're not doing Nordic hamstring curls, you're doing it wrong. 99% of people have underdeveloped hamstrings, and this is like the #1 exercise I will give anybody trying to get more athletic, stronger, whatever you're trying to do. Runners, Nordic hamstring curls, basketball players, explosiveness. Like, you need to be doing Nordic hamstring curls. If you don't have a GHD or anything like that, look up how to make it. There's a million different ways. You just need a mat, you can tie a barbell to a rig, do it that way. Try it out. We can progressively overload it, but Nordic hamstring curl, the #1 exercise I think everybody needs to be doing. Now, we're hitting the hamstrings hard with those Nordics, but now we're gonna do it under some weight and some load. So we're going RDLs. We have 4 sets of 8 reps, feeling that control, feeling that squeeze. This is also helping engage that posterior chain, which is gonna be under so much tension with that truck pull. I love pairing the Nordics with the RDLs. It hits all the hamstrings, hits your gains right away. 2 exercises and it's done. "31 miles of pulling is definitely gonna be insane in the first place, but how do we get the legs prepared to do that? You can't just go out there and pull a sled every single day. It's not like running where you can build your way up to the volume. It's hard, 1, finding any area to pull the sled, and 2, it's just so time consuming. This event's gonna take 16 hours minimum. So inside the gym, we're really focusing on building strength and building volume so that my quads and my calves and my legs don't start shutting down. Now, rounding out the movements. We've hit our quads and our glutes and those box squats. We've hit our hamstrings twice, focusing on that posterior chain. And now, what we've all been thinking, calf raise time. Been attacking these two different ways. One is a super high volume day. That means low weight, AKA just body weight typically, going through that full range of motion, but up in that 200 to 300 rep range. Or we drop it down to some weighted calf raises. I've been doing a lot with the barbell. I've been doing a lot holding in a farmer's carry, going through them. We're gonna be doing farmer's carry today for them. High volume, typically wouldn't see that in any bodybuilding plan or strength plan, but it is necessary for this style event, especially with that starting pull being so strenuous on my Achilles. The biggest thing I see with people when they're trying to train for something that's a little bit out of their comfort zone is they overcomplicate it. Gotta control what you can control. So, making this stupid simple for me. We got 4 exercises, right? Quads on the back squat, hamstrings, so our posterior chain focus today. And then we're doing calves. So, combining exercises and knowing the movement patterns on what they work. So, yeah, I'm worried about my back and my core strength going into this event. But that doesn't mean I need to go do all this extra back and core stuff from already hitting it in these workouts. The Nordic hamstring curl is nailing my core and lower back, hammering it. The RDL is hammering my core and lower back, just holding that weight out in front of me. So keeping it simple is probably the best thing that you can be doing for yourself. Like, you don't need a million sets and reps even on my high volume day. The only thing that was crazy out of the normal was the back squats. But other than that, everything else is similar. You know, 5 sets on the Nordics, 4 sets on the RDLs. We're gonna go 5 sets on the calf raises, but other than that, it is stupid simple. Sticking to the basics, sticking to what we know works in training, probably the best way we can do this. So don't overcomplicate it, keep it simple. Now we're gonna hammer some calves. All of these movements here today are used to assist myself in this, but the sport-specific training is pulling that sled. That is the exact motion and movement I will be doing under the truck pull. So that is, I would say, 90% of my training time is spent doing this. All these movements in here are supposed to help and accessorize that when it's going in too. So these are keeping me healthy. These are making me a little bit stronger. So hopefully that pull is a little bit quicker, but it is all meant to help that sled pull. So today is just a deload day from the sled pull. I pulled 5 miles yesterday. I'm pulling the actual truck tomorrow. So this is kind of that mix off of it, give my body and my mind a little bit of a break so we're not hitting burnout this close to the event. Please leave a like and subscribe. It means the world to me. This is what I do. I do endurance events, trying to bring awareness to charity. So hopefully you found something useful. I'm a level 2 CrossFit coach. I've been in the space for 5-6 years, but go check out the other events I've done, like the rope climb Everest. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll try to answer them. Hopefully you learned something.